Hello and welcome to another video on Always Alpha. So, I haven't uploaded in a while, but I had some videos all the way made, but it just turned out that it wasn't a good time because there was always something happening. And now that I think things have maybe slowed down and there aren't so many issues anymore, I think now's probably a pretty good time to just do one. So I should probably turn on God mode and heal up so that I don't die anyway. So yeah, if you're a long-time member, you know that we've gone through some changes. We've got better security now, and all sorts of stuff. I see that this person's been building some sort of nether area, which is neat, but anyway. But yeah, we've gone through some changes. We've got an anti-cheat now, so that people can't just exploit anything at any time. So like, if you get a bedrock, you can't place this. So, of course, we've got logging of blocks that are placed and stuff. So, when you join, you can feel more secure than you could before. See, now, even if anyone destroys your stuff, it can easily be rolled back. So, just walking around, you'll see there are some builds. There's not as many as there were on the old world, but there are some builds. And there's some, yeah. But anyway, you can see that there are just all sorts of different things around here, but I don't know. I guess I'll, of course there's the typical warps. So here is a very nice town, Trinity. If you've played on Beta Lands, you know what Trinity is most likely. But they're trying to make one on Always Alpha, which is very cool. As you can see, there's this really nice tower in the middle. It's pretty much the centerpiece of the whole town. It's got bridges coming out from it going in 4 directions. And there's a sort of mansion on the top. Except someone appears to have put down a Mayor Sucks sign. I don't know who thought about that, but it's a bit of a... I don't think the mayor appreciates that very much, but I don't know. I don't know who's the mayor of Trinity or whatever. Yeah. I know that before we got our protection up to standards, that some other warps got sort of destroyed. I know that Chaotix unfortunately got destroyed, at least to some extent. I don't know how much it is now, but it doesn't look that bad now. I mean, I see that some of the blocks are missing, but it's not nearly as bad as it used to be. Yeah, that's okay. I mean, yeah, there's holes in the walls missing and whatever, but it's not that bad. Not anymore. It got cleaned up. So you can also see that this is a much better list of warps than what was on the old world. If you remember that, it was like 30 or some warps. It was way too many. It was out of control. But it's okay here. So of course you can warp to spawn. This is... okay, this is normal spawn. There's... oh yeah, it's old spawn. You see, we had a sort of a temporary spawn, which one of the staff came through and changed it to look like it been left out and just falling apart and stuff, which is, it's a pretty good aesthetic look to it. So I don't know how much more I can show off in this world yet. At some point I can probably show more. Oh, this is sort of a recreation of 10K 10K from the old map. It's not done yet, but it looks pretty. It's getting somewhere. I don't think it's being worked on anymore. And someone left a glass carpet around, which probably needs to be removed. I think that's about it. The Electronic 00 joins, so some people do join. It's not completely empty. And sometimes there's several people on. But anyway. So I think I'll go and show off Classic now, because Classic is looking really cool. Alright, I'm back with Classic now, which looks pretty nice. Of course, if you've played here before, you can tell that this is a totally different world from what we had before. Before, it was just a normal world, and it had tons and tons of text everywhere. I mean, this has a little bit, but it's nothing like what it was before. Now there's some builds here, because it's sort of a flat world with a hill. Now, obviously, you can't have water or lava up there because it could flow and flood the world, but there's also a thing of water and lava over. I think it's in the distance. If you barely look, you can just barely see the bedrock that houses it, which can be used to transport it over here. Now, of course, there's houses and stuff. We've got sort of a TV set here, and a room of bookshelves with leaves and stuff. It's all nice and very reminiscent of Classic. I don't know what's happening here. This is something. I don't know. I'm not sure what that's supposed to be yet. Sort of a pyramid over here. It looks like, I don't know if there's an entrance to this or if it just doesn't have one. I guess I can just, oh, it's just hollow inside. Okay. And of course we've got a Steve head and a Luigi with no head. The typical okay. And a house. Of course, nice thing about Classic is you've got colored wool, which I don't know why Notch decided to remove that for Alpha. I guess he couldn't figure out a good way to include the colors. I don't know. But anyway. Then of course we've got a castle, which I guess it takes a little bit to get over here. Now of course this is real Classic. It's not that that Classic that got recently released by Microsoft that isn't actually Classic. This is real, legitimate Classic that you can use Retrocraft to play. And if you don't know, Retrocraft is a service that sort of emulates the Classic server list, and it also allows you to do things with trying to put something like alpha into premium mode, but the only issue with that is that with the plugins that we have in alpha, we're not actually getting any sort of security benefit from using that for alpha. We were going to do that, and we even set up a server with it, but ultimately I don't think it's as good of a choice. If there was a way to actually verify account ownership, it would be better, but it's just currently not worth it. And so of course here's sort of a water slide, but you can't actually have water. But yeah, so this Always Alpha's doing better now. We're doing better. There's even a beta server, but I haven't actually played there because I don't know. I mainly do alpha and some classic. So you'd have to find out from Chavo about that. I think there's a couple videos on YouTube about that. You can look that up if you want. Now, I don't actually know exactly how to join that, but with this, you go to www.retrocraft.net/server. Now, I do say the www because a lot of your browsers, for some reason, there's something with the security thing for it, with the HTTPS, where it redirects you to www, but you have to like confirm it or something. So I would just go with that. And you can click the link if you just got to make a classic 0.30_01C in your multi-MC, install the Retrocraft launcher, and then you can click the link in the web browser on the server list for Always Classic. And with alpha, of course, you just install alpha 1.2.6 on multi-MC, or you use the retro wrapper, which is something separate, which lets you use the modern launcher. You can find all this stuff in our Discord and ask any questions if you need to. So the link's in the description, so please check it out, and hope to see you here. Anyway, with that, I'm out.